Well, hello, Lisa Long here with Yes I Can with the plan.com. And I am so happy to bring to you today Miss Jessica Sorensen. And what a talented young lady she is. I can't wait to just explore the avenues of your life and share this with people. Jessica is the creator of It's Fulfilled and Abundant.com. I like to put the .com on there so people can go to your website and learn more about you, because we have a limited time and space here. But I was looking at your website and it's beautiful, and boy, you have a lot to offer.
Thank you.
So how did you get started with Fulfilled and Abundant? I mean, isn't that what we all want?
Yeah. When I was deciding on what I wanted my website name to be, I wanted it to bring, the power of affirmation. So I wanted it to bring instant raising up, even if people don't sign up for anything with me. At least just saying the words fulfilled and abundant will give them a tiny lift. And so that was something that I really wanted. And then also, everybody wants more money.
Sure, yes.
But the way that what abundance means to you is different compared to me or whoever else watching this. And so I wanted it to be about I bought several other websites at the same time, and Fulfilled and Abundant was the one. And then Fulfilled, that's the most amazing thing in life. Like, I want everybody to enjoy that deep satisfaction of being happy with your life and being happy with you, and that kind of that leaning back sensation, like feeling fulfilled.
Right. Like, you've got this.
Yeah, it feels incredible. And so that's really my passion, is bringing that into people. But the natural byproduct is, more money and better health and, more of the things that you want.
Sure. And they really all do go hand in hand. I mean, I work with a lot of people and they kind of look like they have it all together on the outside. They have the toys and the money and this and that, but they're not fulfilled on the inside, and they're not happy. And their health is suffering as a result.
Yeah.
So that's why I love this name so much. And I think that's so cool that you really did this on purpose. Like, even just the name raises your vibration. And when people say that, like, yeah, they can resonate with that, and it lifts their vibration a little bit, which is so important if you want to be fulfilled and abundant and healthy. I mean, we have to keep our vibration up. We have to, kind of manage our energy.
Yeah, you do. And I think a giant part of that is growth and evolution. And you get used to a certain, okay, I'm watching the screen so I can see where my hand is, but you get used to a certain level, and you worked really hard, and you followed the path that you were given, maybe in school, and you grew and you feel happy. And I think growth is a requirement for feeling fulfilled and happy. And then you get used to it, and then you stay there and then you get comfortable, and then it gets boring, but nothing actually changed. It's just your level of growth stopped. And so the natural evolution is like, then you start to feel stuck and then sad, and then it's time to grow again. But that growing process sometimes is uncomfortable. But when you do it, and when you choose the growth, then it's extremely fulfilling, because in order to grow in a meaningful way to you, it has to capitalize on what's already inside of you. And so then you build that, you grow it a little bit more, and then you get to this, yeah, I made it. But then you get comfortable and then complacent and then stuck and then sad, and then you have to grow again. And so I think it's a forever evolution. And when you get used to that, the forever growth,
Right.
I think life becomes deeply fulfilling as a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Oh, I love that. I love that. And that is so true as we grow and up level. And then, like you said, you get comfortable, and then you get that like feeling antsy again. Like, okay, it's time to grow again. I'm ready for the next level. It's kind of like, not to relate it to food, but you would get really tired of like, ooh, I learned how to make this new dish. And then you're going to eat it like every single day. Okay.
Yeah.
You get really tired and boring.
Same thing. It's like spaghetti with pesto is amazing the first time you eat it. But if you eat it every day,
it's like, okay, I'm ready to learn how to make something new.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And just in case our viewers can't tell by now, which they may be able to, you're a certified money coach.
Right. Yeah.
How cool is that?
That was my first certification.
Wow. Yeah. You've got numerous certifications, but let's talk about the certified money coach. I've heard it said, and tell me if you agree with this or disagree,
okay,
that how you do money is how you do everything. What do you think?
On the whole, I would mostly agree with that, but when you look in the details, I don't think so, because somehow people have different beliefs for themselves about, like, okay, money, health, and relationships are the biggest ones. And then there's caveats within that. But somehow, sometimes people just have different beliefs for money compared to health, compared to relationships. And then there's also some people that they think that you can't have it all. And so they are very clear on their priorities because of that, you can't have it all. And so they'll like very willingly, very consciously sacrifice health or sacrifice relationships to make more money. And, that's really common in today's society.
Yes.
And so when you look in the details, I don't think it's true across the board.
That totally makes sense. That totally makes sense. And I didn't mean to like put you on the spot with that question. I just thought, I've heard this. I wonder what you think. Because I was like, well, I can see parts of it, but I agree. Everybody's different. And I bet money coaching, well, it does come into everything you do. So, I've actually got a list here. I had to print it out because you have so many talents. My gosh.
Thank you. Thank you.
So your degree's in interior design, and you bring that into your coaching, which I can totally see how that would work too, because if your space is not flowing, I feel, for me personally, I can feel it when things are cluttered. It's just like I can't think. And I certainly can't manifest and create.
Yeah. Clutter does affect a lot of people very differently. I think it's very interesting. So most of my clients are women. Women seem to be more disabled by clutter, but men kind of have like, and this is a gross generalization, they have like ballpark, either they don't care, it doesn't affect them, whatever, or they will not tolerate it and like, no, I don't need it, throw it away.
So you don't find there's so much of a combination. It's kind of like one side or the other mostly. for men. And like you said, it's a gross generalization.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's interesting. That helps me with my husband. I'm much cleaner than he is. I love him to pieces, but
Yeah.
he's the clutter bug.
Yeah. And then, so the thing of prepping, you've heard of prepping, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Oh,
So that can come into play, especially with men,
yes.
because you got to be prepared. And
Yes.
and I'm actually a little bit into prepping too. So I do what I can to make it work with this small space, but that's one caveat that men can more easily fall into because of like, oh, I have to be prepared and got to be ready.
So true. And that absolutely is my husband. And he wants to make sure we're protected. I
Yeah.
think more people are exploring that right now in today's, with everything that's going on in the world today.
Yeah.
I think there are more and more people saying we need to be prepared because it's a little crazy out there, just to say the least.
Yeah, it is.
So you're also certified in the art of feminine presence, the art of masculine presence. Gosh, you've got so much going on. What was your biggest aha, or how did you kind of get steered into these different certifications and just growing and growing? Like we were talking earlier, you grow, you kind of get used to that level and it's like, okay, time to grow again.
Yeah. Thank you for that question, because to the person that just looks at it, it probably does look kind of random. So interior design, it started in high school, and started in high school. I had depression when I was in high school, and we redid my room, and I always had a passion for interior design. Like I would spend hours redesigning my room, and I think I was like in 4th grade or about 10 years old, and my mom would wake up and my bed was on the other side of the room. Like she's like, oh, what? I wouldn't ask her. I would just change my room, and I always had this, I don't like limitations, so I'm going to bulldoze them.
Good. I love it.
So,
good for you.
So it started out very young. So I draw out floor plans, and then later on when I got to college, I realized, oh, my symbol that I made up for a window was actually like not that far off. How cute. and then school was it was hard because architecture and interior design is a very hard degree, but it was also easy. I found a natural talent. Oh, I didn't realize I have this amazing, I love this butterfly picture. It makes me so happy. I usually take it down just because of the block.
Oh.
So I was using my natural skills and my natural passion. And then I started working and I didn't like the work.
Wow, cool. I think it'd be so fun.
Yeah, mm-hmm. I love creating and doing the design and coming up with the image of it, but I didn't like working with clients in that capacity.
Mm.
And so I didn't like how long it was going to take me to climb the ladder to be an official interior designer. And I wanted to travel. And so I went to travel and I became a travelaholic.
Nice. And do you have well, I don't want to interrupt. We'll talk about your travels later if you have a favorite place.
I don't have a favorite place. And that usually throws people off. So yeah, I did school, and then just working with clients in that capacity was not for me. And I learned that fairly quick, even though I still had a passion for it. So I would still try sometimes. And then I started doing organizing, and that was fantastic because I was using my natural spatial abilities, and I was bringing in the color, but I actually like organizing a little bit better than doing interior design because it's more challenging. You're not spending as much money, and you're taking into account the client's heart and their attachment to their things and the memories. And so I like doing that. And with very few clients, I've been able to bring in the interior design part to capitalize on the emotions that they have inside to manifest whatever they're wanting. And it's very powerful and very cool. So I do bring that in with organizing when I do that, but it does take a lot more effort to, change the color of your walls, or, go buy new bed sheets or a rug, more interior design service.
Sure. But it can have a big impact.
Oh, huge impact. Yeah. Huge.
I can totally see how all of it ties together.
It does. And then, so I just love growing. So I was working with my coach, and I was expressing to her that I was getting a little bit frustrated with organizing. I felt like I was not getting like as deep as I wanted to get. And part of that was myself. I was afraid to bring people to the vulnerable parts. And she was very impressed with how fast I paid off my debt. I think I paid off $40,000 in like 3 years or something like that. And for the income that I was making, it was actually very impressive. I was proud of myself.
Wow. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I was making less than 50,000 a year. So I was like,
you were serious. You wanted that debt paid off.
Very serious. So she was impressed with me, and she suggested that I do money coaching. And I looked into it, and then I was like, oh, wow, I really like this. And I want to change my own beliefs. And I want to reach for a new level. And the money coaching is not, I don't tell you where to invest or how to spend your money, but we look at the emotional side of what is compelling your experience around money. And so when it was literally 1 week from the day that I looked into it to when I started the class.
Ooh, it was meant to be.
Yeah, it was very meant to be. It was very accelerated. And so then when I got into that, I was like, yes, I'm meant to be a coach. This is the thing.
Yes.
So that was amazing. And then, so I started tying in coaching to organizing because I could see how they were related. And with a couple clients, I would organize with the intention of bringing in more money. And it was really cool. Like 2 weeks later, one of my clients got $1,000 because we redid her closet. And
yes.
I was like,
beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And then so that started me on my coaching path. And then I always knew that I wanted more certifications, just to be more well-rounded and be able to like really offer the full package. And I came across Rachel Jane, The Art of Feminine Presence. No, her book, Powerful and Feminine.
Oh, yes.
And that book triggered me so bad.
It's like, whoa.
There were 2 chapters that made me so angry. I actually put the book away for a while. And then I think I even gave it to my mom. I did finish reading it because I was like, okay, there's something in this for me. And then I knew that planted a seed. Okay, I want to get a certification from her someday. And so finally I went to one of the events and I was like, oh, I'm in heaven.
I totally relate. Which actually, that's how we met.
Yeah. And so I love that community. I love the practices because they're so practical. And then just tying it all together. And so getting all these certifications and having all these detours and working with my own coach, the combination of all of that helped my confidence grow exponentially. And so then I started to expose that I'm an energy sensitive and I see auras and I can do energy work and I understand that. Oh, sorry. Somewhere in there, I also did clairvoyant. No, I didn't get the clairvoyant certification, but I went to a meditation school for a year and a half and learned meditation, energy healing, and all that stuff as well.
So do you bring all of that into your coaching as well?
All of it, yeah. So my coaching is it's very intuitive. It's hard for me to describe, but there's always a component of energy work. And then I think shadow work is a giant dictator of what you're experiencing that you don't like. So I usually bring that in. And then inner child work and parts work are also very powerful. I'm not certified in those, but I do understand them very well. And I've healed a lot in myself from practicing that. And so I also bring that in as well. And that's on the wish list of certifications.
Well, I don't know that you have to be, in my personal belief, I mean, there's so many things that we know, and if it's still helpful for people, I mean, for our clients, I don't know, we have to be certified in every single thing, but to share it, I think it's, if we know it and we can share it, it's kind of our duty to share it. Do you agree? I mean, how do you feel about that?
Yeah. So I'm sorry. I have the window open.
There's a siren.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's all right. Hey, it happens.
Okay. Gosh. So yeah, when I work with people, every time I try to give them a new tool so that I love coaching. It's what I'm meant to do. And I hope that people come back to me over and over, but I don't want anybody to be dependent on me. And so every time we work together, I give them a new practice. Yes. Sometimes it's shadow work or inner child work, which can be painful. We have challenge. Pain stuck in there somewhere. Right. Or manifesting exercises that are a lot more fun to do. Sure.
And people do need help. I mean, otherwise they wouldn't need a coach, but they really do.
They would have been stuck in there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Same for you and I.
Yeah.
I mean, I started on this journey because I needed help. And I was stuck and I knew I couldn't do it on my own. I tried, and you can only get so far on your own. It's like, all right, I need somebody else who can see my blind spots.
Yeah.
And pull me through and guide me through when I stop myself.
Yeah.
Because we're really good. Yourself. Yeah. We're really good at stopping ourselves. Like, okay, I don't want to go there. I want to look at that.
Yeah. Oh my God. I need to clean right now. Oh my God. I haven't touched this box in 5 years. I need to sort it right now.
Oh yeah. Guilty. Totally guilty of that one.
And I'm giving those examples because I know them so well.
Oh, indeed. Yes. Yeah. There's, guess what? Well, yeah, you're in the US. Guess what month most garages get cleaned out?
September? Thanksgiving?
April.
Why?
Tax time.
Oh.
They're like, oh, I don't want to do my taxes. I'll clean the garage. Yeah. And we go into avoidance. It's like, and paperwork. I don't know. Paperwork is like the worst.
Paperwork is very hard because you actually have to read it and you actually have to see, is this important? And your visual accomplishment is very far away.
Right.
Compared to doing bigger things like moving furniture out or doing the kitchen. The kitchen and the bathroom generally are the easiest to organize because you don't really have attachment to certain spices or, and then paperwork is overwhelming and it accumulates so fast, and you have to make decisions with each one. So it's super taxing.
It is. It is. Well, that's why. Thank you. I just know I don't like it.
Yeah.
And I love that you bring the intuitive piece into your work, because I know that can take years off.
You can, yeah.
Coaching, therapy, because you just like zoom. That's what it is. You can just get right to you can pinpoint, the core.
Yeah.
I mean, wow, what an amazing gift to bring into your coaching and to everything you do.
It's my favorite.
And it is such a powerful gift. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
So when you work with people, do you kind of find that you have to, or not have to, but you help them, kind of like get in alignment?
I aim towards alignment or closer alignment every session, but it really depends on the people. And so, and how much they're willing to shift. Because, awful example, but I'm going to use it. But like, if you have a broken leg and it healed in the wrong way, to get it into alignment, that's going to hurt really bad.
Yes.
So I try to, so that's an extreme example, but it's a physical example. So the emotional, sometimes there's something that has healed over that in order to get into alignment, you have to, and, it might hurt really bad. But it's not going to stay there. Like, I want people to see the magic that happens from having that courage to go into it. And I think that, and I've received many compliments that I'm really great at holding space. And so that's so powerful for someone to witness you have that shift. Because when you're alone, it feels like forever. It feels like things are never going to change. But when you have someone witnessing you, that's like, no, it is pain. I understand how painful it is, but it's not forever. And you are going to experience magic, and it's going to be incredible. And so I'm like smiling when I'm watching people, because I'm so excited for what's coming for them, even though they can't see it yet.
Right. Yet.
Yeah.
Do you find when you sit with somebody, even if it's over Zoom, over the phone, it's just because the person isn't just doing it by themselves, it's more than one person. Do you find the energy is amplified and the change happens quicker?
Yeah. And I also call them out when they're distracted, or when they're trying to escape energetically, like maybe consciously they are trying to be present, but their energy is bouncing around. Then I'm like, no, okay. So then I'll tell them, bring your attention to this part of your body, or breathe into this area. And so if they truly are energetically bouncing out too much, I might do something a little bit different, because that might be a protection that, like, indicating that they're just not ready to go there yet. So I can see it and I call them out, but I'll work with them too. So if they keep bouncing out, we'll do a different avenue.
Absolutely. And they wouldn't know to do that on their own.
Right.
I mean, you really need somebody to witness you and like, there you go again.
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
Oh yeah. Especially if you're used to it, if that's maybe a survival mechanism.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I totally recognize that.
Yeah.
When I started doing the energy work, it's like, oh, wow. I bounce out all over the place, don't I? I did not know it. And I'm certified. And it's like, wow,
Yeah.
dang.
So hard to see yourself. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter who you are.
It's so true. So true. Gosh. Oh my gosh. This is just so fun. We could just talk for hours and hours.
Yeah, I know.
So I did print off a list that I want to make sure people know all the different things that you offer. And I may not have a complete list, but so are you having a chakra and abundance class?
Yeah, that was
Cool.
an intuitive kind of a download. It started out because I wanted to understand how money related to each one of my chakras. Because I was like, what's going on? Because like I want a certain amount of money, but I also don't care about money. And so I really wanted to understand this dynamic. And so, okay, a side note, I channel for myself and for other people, but I channel for myself almost every day to gain insight and just to understand things a little bit more clear. So it started out just channeling to the root chakra and just, what does money mean to you? You know, what do you dictate? And it was really interesting what I learned. And so I created a course for that with so there's a channeled section, a guided meditation, and then very practical things that you can do to change your energy up, as well as lots of journal prompts and guidance. And so when you do these practices, although they're very practical, but some are a little bit esoteric. So you kind of have to, for the practical mind, you have to get out of that and just play the game for a little while.
Sure. Absolutely. I mean, the results are worth it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Be open-minded and really money is energy.
Yeah.
So you need to learn how to talk to it on an energetic level.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
that makes total sense. Wow. So, that sounds like an exciting class.
It's fun. I just completed it and I'll do my next class the week after September 26th. Where did I?
Week after September 20th?
Yeah, so September 26th is the promo event for that.
Okay.
I think that's a Sunday. And then the following week we'll start the 8-week session for the chakras and abundance.
Ooh. So if somebody wanted to learn more about that class or some of your other classes, not that we're wrapping up yet, but where would they go? How would they learn more?
They can go to fulfilledandabundant.com, and then under the courses tab, there's all about chakras and abundance. I also have like a 10-minute video on YouTube about my course, so they can go there if they want as well. And I'll send you the link for my YouTube so that they can follow that. But yeah, fulfilledandabundant.com, and then the courses tab.
Wonderful.
And the best, so since we're talking about it, the best way to do the chakras and abundance course is, if you know you want to do the live version, go ahead and purchase that, and then you can do the live class with me anytime for a full year after the date of purchase, as long as you show me the receipt. But I recommend to do the course just over and over. So follow the 1-week prompts for each one, and you'll see some shifts, but you're not going to get to everything, because doing this kind of work on your own is a little bit too intense. And even if you are working with me, there might be some things that you're just not ready to clear yet. And so just repeat the course and just start over week 1, week 2, week 3, and keep going. And over time, you'll see some very big shifts.
Absolutely. Well, it's kind of like peeling the onion.
Right, exactly.
I think we get to a new layer, and
Yeah.
every time we do something, we're no longer that same person.
Exactly.
We've changed.
So you're starting from a new point. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And yeah, with a lot of work, repetition is key. And every single time you repeat it, you pick up something new.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even if it's a recording, you'll say, well, she didn't say that before. I know
Exactly.
she didn't say that before, but it's a recording. It was there. You just didn't catch it because our mind wanders. So, we don't catch everything.
Yeah. Or you weren't ready to hear that piece the first time, and the second time you were ready. And that is the piece you needed.
Absolutely. Yeah. When you're ready.
Yeah.
And like they say, when you're ready, the teacher will show up. Voila.
Yeah.
So tell us about the other courses that you have. And do you have a favorite course, or do you just love them all? I mean, you created them.
I do have a favorite course.
Yeah. Which one's your favorite?
So it's a combination of the year-long transformation program.
Yeah, I want to ask you about that.
The year-long transformation is weekly. We meet for 30 to 40 minutes, depending on how many people are in the class, and assess a new habit, a new goal, a new celebration, and a new belief for every single week within the theme of the month. And so naturally, some habits are going to stick and some aren't. Naturally, some beliefs are going to stick and some aren't. But the trick is to just do a hyper focus and just do your best for 1 week and then move on. And naturally, you're going to see some shifts and some up leveling, which will be really cool. So the program that I have is called Total Transformation, and it's combining the year-long transformation along with organizing and 10 private coaching sessions with me. So it's a very intense program. You'll see me minimum twice a week. Yeah. So, and then you get a discount on everything else that I offer the entire year. And that's for people that are committed and ready to change. And it's so powerful. And so that combines everything that I do.
Wow.
And so that's my favorite, because I want to see people deeply happy and deeply fulfilled. And I want to know that I had a hand in it, selfishly.
It is rewarding. It really is when you see when your clients get it. I mean, their eyes light up, and they're like, oh, and they're like a part of them just came on, came online. They're like, oh my gosh, this is what I want. This is what I want to do, and they light up and they're full of life, and it's so rewarding.
Yeah, and then cool external stuff happens in their life that they're like, oh my God, I can't believe this. And it's like, well, I can.
Oh, right. Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Totally. I love that you have a year-long program. Because, I mean, if you think about it, some of us are, I mean, even if you're young, in your 20s, you've had 20 years of whatever, like beliefs, habits that have kind of kept you where you are. And if you're 30s, 40s, 50s, I mean, we have that much longer of all this stuff that, well, why am I not where I want to be? Why can't I get over this hurdle? And so I can see it could take a year easily to unravel, unwind some of that stuff and change some of those habits.
Yeah.
And it sounds like you focus on like 1 week at a time.
Yeah.
Like new habit, new, and so is it customized? Is it, I mean, because each person's going to be pretty different.
Yeah. There's a lot of journal prompts because it is available for self-study for those that are not ready to do the commitment or don't want to pay very much, there's that option.
Mm.
So each month is a hyper focus, but I provide options like, say, that's not the subject you want to touch on. Okay, then pick a new one.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. And you can come back around to whatever the other subject was when you're ready.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I have more subjects than there are months in the year for a reason.
Mhm. Okay.
So, but when I'm leading the class, I'll talk about one subject and then explain to the people that you can pick something else if you don't want to.
Mhm.
But I don't tell people what their habit should be or what their celebration should be. They share that and they share how it works for them, and then like, awesome. And like, I'll encourage ideas and I'll share what works for me. And most likely for most people, I will encourage them to make their habits smaller.
Oh,
Because
make it-
a lot of people, they're like, I want this change. And they just they say, I'm going to do this from now on every day. Like, well, okay, that's why New Year's resolutions don't stick.
right. That's why. Yeah. They want to go from A to Z,
Yeah.
like in a
So-
heartbeat.
Making the habit smaller is key.
Right.
And I think anytime you're consciously changing a habit, it should take less than 10 minutes of your time.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I like that. That's doable.
Doable.
Nice, bite-sized, doable pieces.
Yeah.
And that's how it sticks. Yeah. Make it
That's
easy.
how it sticks. Yeah.
Mhm. Oh, I love that. What a caring coach. I mean, I've had coaches and not all of them are so loving and caring, but I could see you would still, you know, like hold my feet to the fire.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, you know, if you want to transform, you know, this is what you need to do. And you get to pick, like you're still in charge of your life.
Mm.
And here's what we're going to do. I mean, like I said, I've had some coaches that are just like, oh God, I can't wait to get away.
Oh,
and that's, but I think you would be such a joy to work with.
thank you. I love my clients and I love doing this, you know, the work, and I love seeing the transformation, and it's not easy, but it is not.
Mm-hmm. It's not. You do have to. You have to hold the space for them, and wherever they're at.
Yeah.
It's so true. So, do you have some classes coming up? What do you have on the agenda? Your exciting agenda.
My 3 classes that I have coming up on this coming Monday, August 30th, I have the art of, I've called it My Presence. So I'll teach 2 to 3, depending on how much time and people we have joining. I'll teach 2 to 3 practices of the art of feminine and masculine presence. And then on September 26th, I will do a free class that I call Heart Portraits. And it's very fun and it's very powerful and healing. And you always get a lot of insight from doing a heart portrait. And then,
wow, I saw that on your website. That looked really cool. Now, is that something you do online or in person?
yeah, I mean, I won't try to do in-person stuff till society is returned to in-person things.
I completely agree with you.
But yeah, we do it online, and then everybody shares their heart, and it's very fun and very beautiful. And and my favorite thing about it to witness, and I still experience healing from it every time, is when we do a heart portrait of a current belief, which usually has some kind of pain or limitation in there. Even when people share their heart, it's still beautiful.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'm honestly very impressed with how the energy comes through even over Zoom. I mean, I've been in meditations and I'm like bawling, I'm just crying. I'm like, it is so powerful over Zoom. I have to say I was a little skeptical at first, but
Yeah.
I'm totally impressed. I'm so yeah, I can see that being. Do you have people cry during that class, or because it's so heartfelt?
The heart portrait one, generally no, because it's so fun.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, generally not.
Okay. I cry at everything. I just, oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, but if someone cries, then we would, we hold space and
So,
allow.
so what else do you have coming up? Busy
Yeah,
schedule
the art of my presence on Monday.
on Monday.
Yeah. And then I have a 4-week series that I'll lead directly after that. So if people want to join in, I would love to have you, as long as we have space.
Beautiful. You keep the classes pretty small, or
8 people.
eight? Okay, 8 people. So if somebody wanted to learn more about that, where would they go?
Fulfilledandabundant.com, and then the event, go to the contact, and then in the contact there is an events tab that you can go to.
Beautiful.
Or email me.
Oh, do you want to give your email address, or let them go to your website?
They can go to my website. The email is there. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. It's a little safer too.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I can do a quick meditation, and do one of the art of my presence or practices if you want.
Sure. I'm game. Sounds
Okay.
good. Okay. Tell me what to do. I'm your student.
So if you're watching, just make sure you're seated or standing. And if you're standing, make sure you're at a comfortable stance where you have good balance. If you're seated, have your feet forward 90 degrees flat on the floor. Okay, so just take a second just to check in with your body first. Just notice what highlights. And Lisa has her eyes closed. I'm keeping my eyes open because I'm leading, but you can do either one. It is easier to feel energy with your eyes closed. So, okay, so we just give attention to however our body is feeling. Now let's start in the base or the center of our hips. This is called home or dantian. And you can just notice where feels more comfortable for you in the hip area. Just say hello to it. And then come up to your heart and feel the center of your heart area. And notice where feels most comfortable to you. And then we're going to go up to the center of the head. And just feel the center point. If you notice chatter, that's okay. See if you can feel that ball of no thing in the center. Good. Now, Lisa, do you want to share which one was more comfortable? That's the one we'll start from.
I like when I go into the center of the head because I can really quiet it down.
Okay.
And it's so peaceful.
Okay, so we'll bring our attention back to the center of the head. And this practice is what I'm teaching is called vertical core. So now allow your energy to sink down as if it's an anchor or a string. So you're still keeping one point attached to the center of your head. So float or sink down to your heart and just notice that connection. See if you're able to feel both the heart and the center of the head. See if you're able to feel the connection. Okay. Now from the heart space, we're going to sink down to home, or the center of your pelvis area, as if it's an anchor or string. And then, good, it's very easy for you, Lisa. And then feel the center of your head. And then see if you're able to feel the column or the anchor that connects all three. I see it as a column. And I love this feeling. So when you're ready, you can open your eyes.
Mm-hmm. I love that exercise. It's like,
Yeah. And the practice is to see how long you can continue to feel this vertical core as you continue with your day. So just check in a couple of times when you're doing dishes or going for your walk or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it just feels really solid.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like kind of hard to put into words, you know, because we're working with energy, but it's like it's things are on purpose, solid.
Yeah. So when I'm doing a good job of holding my vertical core, I usually notice my back a lot more and it feels good, which a lot of people hold tension in their back and they are usually not aware of it until it becomes so intense. So when I hold the vertical core, my back feels really good. And I really enjoy that. And then in the external world, what usually happens is people almost walk into me, but like in a good way.
Oh,
I'll be, you know, there's a group of guys. Well, I like men, so I'll be on my hike and there's a group of guys. And when I'm doing a good job holding my vertical core, like almost the whole group will kind of like walk towards me.
you're magnetic.
Yeah, it makes me laugh. I love it because I'm like, oh, thank you. You know, they don't realize what they're reacting to, but I know.
Yes.
And then dogs too, they'll sit down and they're like pointing straight at me, and the owner's like, come on, what are you doing? Let's go, we're going the other way. And the dog's like pointing to me.
Yep. Your energetic field.
Yeah.
That is amazing. It's amazing. I played with this when I was first learning it, and I went to the grocery store and said, okay, I'm going to play with my vertical core. So I did the practice, and one of the checkout guys, he was really friendly, like way more friendly than usual. So, and then I had to go back to the store again, you know, a couple of days later. So, okay, I'm not going to do the practice. So totally ignored me. He was just like kind of snippy. And so then I did it again. I had to go back to the store, you know, the store is close by. And so a couple of days later, and I did my vertical core again, and same guy, and really nice and just friendly and talking to me and telling me stories. I was like, wow, this is really great.
And that's fantastic. So picking a place that you go to regularly, like your grocery store, is a fantastic place to practice this, because you know all the regular people and you can see the difference reflected back to you when you're doing a good job or not.
It's true. It's fun. Oh gosh. Oh, this was so much fun. So as we wrap up, is there anything that you would like to share with our audience? And definitely give your website at least one more time. So, because you've got so much going on, there's so much to offer. I want to make sure they have that.
Thank you. My website's fulfilledandabundant.com. And I do have some free guided meditations on there. 1 minute, well, it's like a 2-minute one and a 10-minute one, or a manifesting practice. So you can go check that out. And any last minute stuff, you can have everything you want in your life, no matter what's going on right now. It might be hard, it might suck, but you can change it, you can transform it. And I would love to help you, but there are a lot of other resources. So please do not think, oh, yeah, but that's you. No, you can have it. Doesn't matter who you are. Doesn't matter what emotional stuff you have going on, you can turn it around. And there are lots of people to help.
That is so very true. So very true. And it's so fun when you turn it around.
Oh, yeah, it is.
It is like, it is magic. Oh, well, this has been just so much fun with you, Jessica. Thank you.
Thank you.
I will stop the recording.